Hello there and welcome. I posted a series of videos recently about the mind, and now that we have covered quite a bit about this topic, I'd like to ask you all a few questions. Over the last 2 years, I have seen and worked with a lot of people who were and still are emotionally distressed, people who are stuck. I have explained in my previous videos and posts that all of what we're experiencing in our lives is the byproduct of what we think and therefore how we feel. My goal is to help people find their way, their path to freedom, freedom from stress, anxiety, depression, worries, etc. And then from that point we work on taking that leap into bigger and better things. It is a journey to prosperity. I call this the Hope Program. A lot of people generally think that they can engage with life and do what they want to do effectively. For some people, that is very true, which is great. And for them, life could not be any better. But for many, this is not the case. If you haven't achieved mind mastery yet, i.e. have control over how we think and therefore how we feel, the chances are that we won't in the future unless we make a conscious decision to do so. I would like you all to take a moment here and really think about these 4 questions that I'm about to ask you. Those questions will appear on the screen. So, are you happy with where you are in your life right now? Do you feel that you have control over your emotions most of the time? Is your behavior or the way you're acting in your day-to-day life reflects what kind of results you're getting? And finally, do you feel that you deserve more out of life than you are currently experiencing? So most of you would probably have answered yes to question 1 and 3, but I'm pretty sure that the majority of you would say no to questions 2 and 4. Why is that? Why is it that we feel we deserve more, but yet we are unable to get it? This is what Earl Nightingale talked about, and I really like that quote when he claimed that people tend to conform, people acting like everyone else without knowing why and without knowing where they're going. Because everyone else is doing things in a specific way, we tend to follow them. We follow the crowd. The statistics on the percentage of the world population suffering from mental, financial and emotional stress are astonishing. Help is here. Hope is here. Investing in your well-being is the most important decision that you will ever make in your existence. That is an undeniable fact. Use the power of your mind to think in a certain way. We all have the mental capabilities, the faculties of the mind to change what is happening to us by thinking in a certain way. A lot of people really want the things to be different in their lives. They want happiness, they want prosperity, abundance, transcendence, self-confidence, you name it. They want to be powerful. But when you take a time to listen to what they are saying and how they are behaving, you will realize that what's coming out of their mouths is not conducive to what their intents are. You will hear them say things like, I wish I had more money, I wish I had a better job, I wish I had a better life, I don't feel good, when I get a better job I'll do this, that and the other. Or worse still, you will hear them say things like, I can't do this. This is too difficult for me. I'm not very good at this. Don't be like those people who say, I wish I was not in this situation, I want to feel better, or I want to have a better life, but then find all of the excuses about why they can't do it or why they can't be the person they want to be. I used to say, and I'm sure some of you have said this to yourself in the past, I would like to be strong, I would like to learn new skills, I would like to be wealthy, be in control of all my mental faculties. But then I followed that statement with, but I can't, this is too difficult. Let me give you another example. Let's say you feel overwhelmed by some situation. Doesn't matter what situation it is. That thought of I feel overwhelmed sends signals to our subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind starts looking for past experiences in order to try and cope. This is our mind's defense mechanism to protect ourselves. The mind has detected something is not right through that thought and the feeling of being overwhelmed. And as a creative being as we are, we start linking that thinking to a series of destructive thoughts, and before we know it, we are curled up on the sofa struggling to face life, or we start having panic attacks. Being overwhelmed is a feeling, and feelings can be changed. Yes, they can. And you have a choice. We all have a choice, whether we continue the downward spiral or we snap out of it. However, 90% of the time we pick the reactive thoughts and we get ourselves in a pickle. Another example is what's happening now. Cost of living is going up. Media plays their role, of course, in getting us scared. Instantly we get ourselves worked up. And it goes something like this. Things are too expensive. I won't have enough money. I won't be able to do this or that. I need this, but I won't be able to afford it, etc., etc. And we are anxious, eventually depressed. And the reality that manifests itself are the things that we have thought about. You must have heard this saying from Michael Jordan. Some people want it to happen. Some wish it would happen. Others make it happen. So my question to you is, do you want to be healthy and in control of you? Where you have a level of self-awareness that makes you invincible. Absolutely everything that happens to us in our lives follow the universal laws. There are 12 of them. If you play by those laws, you can get anything you desire in this lifetime. Those laws never fail, like gravity. Now, the examples I took earlier, the 3 laws that are in play, predominantly here, the law of cause and effect, law of correspondence, and the law of attraction. Whatever you think and therefore feel, you will attract. And when you attract, what you attract causes you to react, which produces the effect. Start telling yourself what you want instead of what you don't want. And you must have heard this saying, karma is a universal law of cause and effect. You reap what you sow. If you don't treat your garden, you will grow weeds. Don't do the work that you're paid to do, you get fired. Life is like a boomerang. What you give, you get. Feed your mind with negative thoughts and you will get negative outcomes in your life. So back to my question. Do you want to be in control of you? If you are one of those people who would like to make it happen, then take a leap. Decide and act right now. Right now. You must gain the information, knowledge and awareness of how to make it happen. Educate yourself. When we talk about education, we are not talking about getting a degree, but we are talking about training our minds. Love this quote from Albert Einstein. He said, education is not learning about the facts, but the training of the mind to think. Nobody has taught us how we use our minds to think at school, college or university. Our education system, and in fact the world's education system as far as we know it, does not teach us how to think. We must educate ourselves to understand that it takes one thought, one picture to set things in motion. It is that picture that you entertain in your mind that becomes a series of pictures. We think of the worst case scenario and build on it to protect ourselves. We fear the unknown. It is the fear that produces all of these symptoms that we get in our day-to-day lives. Those who choose to think positive thoughts generate happiness, prosperity and wellness. Every great minds have talked about this topic, the topic of fear. It is the feeling that keeps us stuck. Napoleon Hill mentioned two of them. Fear is the most costly of all human emotion, even though most fears have no foundations in fact. And he goes on to say, fears are nothing more than a state of mind. Dale Carnegie says, fear doesn't exist anywhere except in the mind. Now, cognitive behavior coaching can be used to address or redress all of those negative, destructive thoughts and feelings that people have. I will say to you, make a choice. Choose to educate yourself on how your mind works and then make a decision to think or look at problems differently. Get yourself a coach, someone who will be by your side, taking you through those enlightened knowledge and how to apply them. Only then you will reach the state of being in control. I hope you're finding these short bursts of information useful. Please stick a like if you find them beneficial, and if you feel that you can contribute to and enhance the information, please feel free to make a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you very much and take care of yourself. Bye bye for now.